When your hamster looks at you, do you know what they actually see? You probably think they see their owner, maybe their safe person, maybe the one who brings food, cleans the cage, and opens the door to their little world. But the truth is, your hamster has never once looked at you and seen a human the way you see yourself. What they see instead changes everything about how you should bond with them. And most people have no idea, which means they miss the tiny signals their hamster sends every single day. Let's start with what your hamster really sees when they look at you. 1. They do not see a master. They see a giant, unpredictable creature that somehow became part of their world. Have you ever wondered why your hamster can seem so tiny and brave 1 second, then freeze the moment your hand moves too fast? That is not stubbornness. That is survival. Because to a hamster, you are enormous. You are loud. You smell different every day. And you can appear from above, which is terrifying for a prey animal. In the wild, a small animal like a hamster survives by staying alert to anything bigger than itself. So when your hamster sees you, they are not sitting there thinking, "Ah, yes, my human has arrived." They are thinking, "Is this giant safe today?" That is why the way you approach them matters so much. If your hand comes in from above, they may tense up. If your hand moves slowly from the side and carries a familiar smell, they relax a little. And when your hamster finally climbs onto your hand without panicking, that is not a small moment. That is trust. It means your hamster has decided that for this moment, you are not a threat. You are part of the world they can survive in. And honestly, that may be the biggest compliment a hamster can give you. Because for a creature built to fear fast movements and sudden shadows, choosing calm around you is a huge deal. And here is what most people never realize. That little decision your hamster makes, to stay near you instead of running, actually shapes something deeper than behavior. It changes how safe their body feels in your presence. Later in this video, we are going to look at what science has found about how a hamster's sense of safety can change the way they eat, explore, and settle down. And once you understand that, the way you see your hamster will never be the same. 2. They are trying to teach you the language of food and safety. Why does your hamster stuff food into their cheeks like their life depends on it? Why do they carry seeds, pellets, and tiny pieces of food away from you instead of eating everything right there? Most people think it is funny. Some think it is greed. But what if it is actually one of the most important instincts your hamster has? Because in the wild, hamsters are expert hoarders. They gather food when they can. They store it. They protect it. They prepare for the times when food is not easy to find. That is not just cute behavior. That is survival strategy. So when your hamster rushes to grab food from your fingers or from a bowl, they are not just being eager. They are following a deep instinct that says, "Take it now. Keep it safe. Hide it before it disappears." And when they bring that food to a corner, fill their cheeks, and disappear into a nest, they are building security in the only way they know how. Some hamsters even make little food stashes in different places. One corner for seeds, one corner for dried treats, one corner for the secret supplies they think nobody notices. And if you have ever watched your hamster collect bedding, carry it around, or drag tiny bits of tissue into their hideout, that is the same story. They are making a safe place. Now, to be fair, not every hamster action around food is about fear. Sometimes it is just excitement. Sometimes they are simply doing hamster things, because hamsters love to explore and collect. But pay attention to the context. If they grab food fast, run to hide it, and keep checking the room, that is survival mode. If they take food calmly and then come back looking for more, that is trust. Either way, they are showing you how their world works. And if this is changing the way you see your hamster right now, hit like and subscribe so we can help more hamster owners understand what their little pet has been trying to tell them all along. 3. Your face is mostly useless to your hamster. Have you ever leaned close to your hamster and felt like they were looking right through you? That is because, in many ways, they are. Hamsters do not rely on vision the way humans do. Their eyesight is not built for detail. It is built for movement, light, and quick survival checks. So when you bring your face close to theirs, they are not studying your features like a person studies another person. They are picking up shape, motion, shadow, and smell. That means your face, up close, is not some clear image to them. It is more like a shifting blur. And that is exactly why a hamster may seem confused when you suddenly move too fast or lean in too close. What looks gentle to you can feel enormous and strange to them. But here is the important part. Even though your hamster does not recognize your face the way you recognize theirs, they do recognize you. Not by your nose, not by your eyes, not by your smile. They recognize your scent, your voice, your routine, the way your hands move, the way the cage sounds when you walk into the room. Your hamster may not carry a picture of your face in their head. They carry a feeling. That feeling is a mix of smell, sound, timing, and safety. And that is why some hamsters calm down when they hear a familiar voice. That is why they may come out at the same time each day. That is why they can tell the difference between a person they know and a person they do not. Their world is not built on clear faces. It is built on patterns. And if your hamster sometimes seems scared even when you are trying to be nice, it is not because they hate you. It is because their senses are telling a different story than your intention. To them, a slow movement is safer than a fast one. A steady voice is better than sudden noise. A familiar smell is better than a strange hand. That is how they read the world. 4. Their sounds and movements are a language built for you. Have you ever wondered why your hamster squeaks, freezes, darts, or stands up on 2 little feet to stare at you? Here is something most people do not think about. Hamsters do not talk to humans the way humans talk to each other. They do not come with words. They come with body language. A stiff body can mean fear. A sudden run into a hideout can mean alarm. A tiny squeak can mean stress or discomfort. A relaxed stretch, a calm grooming session, or gentle sniffing can mean they feel safe enough to lower their guard. That is their real language. And, over time, your hamster learns yours too. They learn the sound of the cage door, the sound of your footsteps, the sound of the treat bag, the rhythm of your routine. Some hamsters come running when they hear a familiar noise because they know something good is coming. Others freeze because they are unsure what is happening next. And here's the part that makes it even more interesting. Your hamster can also learn your presence, not in a magical way, in a real, practical way. They can connect your smell, your voice, and your hands with what happened before. If you have been gentle, they remember gentleness. If you have been rushed and rough, they remember that too. So when your hamster comes to the edge of the cage and sniffs the air, that is not random. They are reading the whole situation. They are asking, is this my person? Is this food time? Is this safe? That is why patience matters so much. Because to a hamster, trust is not a speech. Trust is a pattern, a calm hand, a soft voice, a predictable routine, a quiet room. Those are the signals that tell them the world is okay. 5. You are the reason they can feel safe enough to truly rest. Have you ever looked at your hamster when they finally settle down and just melt into their bedding? Tiny body relaxed, eyes half closed, little nose slowing down. No panic, no alert posture, just rest. You may think they are simply tired, but what if they are doing something much bigger than that? What if your presence is the reason they can let go? Because for a prey animal, resting is never automatic. Rest means safety. Rest means the brain has decided for now that the world is not dangerous, and that decision does not happen by accident. They need the kind of presence that says, without words, you are safe here. Because to your hamster, you are not just the giant who opens the cage. You are the voice they know, the smell they trust, the hand they can learn to believe in. And in their tiny world, that is everything. To a hamster, you are not human. You are home.